Married 16 years, first time. Might have ruined us. My age is 36, and my spouse's age is 44. We have 2 children. For the last 16 years, my husband and I have been married. There were some ups and downs in our relationship, as there always were. In 16 years, there had been no history of infidelity, just intermittent disagreements over whether one of us was flirting with or getting too close to someone from the other's relationship. I'd have some concerns about whether or not he was having an affair at one point, but we were able to sort them out together in the end. Due to my parents' physical and emotional abuse, as well as an attack when I was 14 by my boyfriend's father, who is in his 60s, I suffer from severe depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. It's possible that my anxiety will get the best of me at times. I have a tendency to overthink things, but I'm working on this in therapy. We have 2 children, who are 4 and 6 years old, respectively. While Dad is at work, I am at home with my children. It's fairly uncommon for us to have friends over for a visit from time to time, as well as another couple who is not married, but has been together for about 7 years and has a 4-year-old kid of their own. We get the kids together on weekends to play outside since they live close by on the same street, and it's convenient for us. The adults normally congregate and sit about with us while the children are playing. When the kids go to bed early, my husband and I stay up late to drink beer or wine and watch television, as is our custom. Throughout the year, we do this on several weekends, either by ourselves or with another couple. After a few of too many drinks, we've been known to behave in a silly manner, including singing loudly, laughing about it, and dancing together. A few of times, she's kissed me on the lips, and I've allowed it to happen, and we both laughed about it. Anat and I didn't have any special feelings toward women during the kiss. It was simply a kiss, and I didn't appreciate or detest it in the slightest. My husband was aware of it and didn't appear to be bothered by it. Instead, he chuckled and made light of it. Her partner was unaware of her affair, but when she informed him, he got jealous or accused her of being a cheater. One night, when my husband and I were drinking beers and watching TV, I saw he was texting. He claims to be messaging his coworkers. I felt like a shot of tequila, so we each took one. He sends a picture of the tequila bottle and beer to his friends. After a few moments, he requests another shot and we oblige. Then our pal appears, but she is alone. She claims her partner fell asleep while we were getting shots. I'm assuming he texted her since I didn't. We do another 2 or 3 shots and a couple more beers with her. We began watching music videos and she wants to dance with me, so I comply and she kisses me again. But this time we're kissing. Husband joins us, and it is suggestion. We end up heading to the bedroom together. It didn't bother me. This might be entertaining, I reasoned. We hadn't discussed a possible, so there were no ground rules or anything. It's not like a schedule where each participant may negotiate which lines should not be crossed and so on. This simply kind of occurred. I recall going to the room and his assisting both of us in undressing. We had only just started kissing. Husband enters me first, with no condom, as is customary for us. He walks in and out a few times before approaching her. He continues to have solely with her. He goes away for a bit, then returns, and I suppose in my intoxicated head, it's my time now. He resumes having with her. At this point, I'm beginning to realize what's going on. I'm standing there watching while they have in front of me. I lay there half-conscious, wondering whether this was all real. He pulls all the same tactics on someone else as he does on me, and then he finishes somewhere I'm not sure, or since it was dark. He drives her home, and I remain puking my guts out, wishing I hadn't overdone it. We went to bed when there was nothing left in my stomach. I wake up a few hours later, I can't sleep, I'm waking up, and I'm recalling what just occurred. I felt like my spouse had remembered to do all of the tiny bedtime procedures that we conduct before going to bed. At that time, I realized he wasn't too inebriated. I feel like I rolled out the red carpet for her, and he simply changed into with her while waiting and lying there. I did express my thoughts to him, telling him how I felt left out as a spectator, and he felt horrible about it and apologized. I inquired as to why. I told him how it made me feel inadequate, as if I'm not good enough, as if I'm undesired, and how it destroyed my self-esteem. He said that he would be honest, and that the sole reason he did so was because it felt different and fresh with her. Now, I'm left feeling like a discarded item. I'm left wondering whether he'll keep looking for that new and different sensation. I can't look at him because I remember what he looked like while he was having with her. I can't even look at him or speak to him because it still stings and I feel betrayed. Is it okay for me to feel betrayed? I mean, I granted consent when we all climbed into bed together, and I didn't attempt to stop it. I was honestly waiting for my time, but it never arrived. Then, after he was done with her, I could still hear him groaning and see his face. It makes me feel suffocated. There is nothing I can think of to do or where to go from here. Couples counseling, or even just individual treatment for myself, would seem to be the most apparent alternatives in this situation. However, I need to know whether or not this is a situation that can be survived. Furthermore, I'm feeling quite embarrassed, and I'm not sure how to bring this up in therapy if I ever decide to return. As a consequence of the COVID pandemic, my therapist has vanished without a trace. No one seems to be interested in talking with me, and I'm at a loss as to what to do next. It's been 2 days after the incident happened, and he expressed regret yesterday. Today, though, he grew upset because I had ended up sleeping on the couch instead of in bed. I told him I would, but when he said please, I changed my mind. He promised not to do anything with me until I was ready, and I accepted his offer. When I couldn't sleep, I kept thinking about what had happened, overthinking everything, wanting to cry but being unable to do so since he was already sleeping. When I returned to my room after around 2 hours, I sobbed for almost an hour on the couch. When he discovered that I had fallen asleep on the couch, he got angry. In addition, as a consequence of his actions, I am also unhappy and outraged at this time. This was especially true when I learned that he wasn't so inebriated that he had forgotten I was there. He made a deliberate decision that, since it felt new and different with her, he would just do it without thinking about it. Although he's been at home all day, he hasn't accomplished anything. Providing youngsters with assistance with their schooling is not permitted. I haven't been able to look him in the eyes or interact with him. He's not pleased with me. I'm completely at a loss on what to do next. My memory of what happened will remain intact no matter what happens. I'm capable of forgiving, but how will I be able to go on from this experience? Is it possible for me to forgive even though I can't forget what has happened? Please provide a hand. Please get in touch with me. Please send me a direct message. Please share your thoughts. I'm like a sliver of the person I used to be. Story 2. Girlfriend and her cousin. When my ex-girlfriend visited to my place one day, she was visibly disturbed and terrified when I even got close to her cell phone. She was never like this before. Whenever I confronted her about it, she remained deafeningly silent and brushed it off until she returned home and we were talking on the phone. I was looking forward to discovering what was wrong. She had an abusive ex-partner and I was worried he was trying to contact. When she eventually disclosed to me that her cousin had sent her a picture of his penis, I was overjoyed. I knew he was unusual and did think she was lovely because of the letters she'd sent me previously, but she didn't believe me. He was like showing off and flirting with her, and she didn't believe me either, so I left him alone. The long and the short of it is that I asked her to take into consideration his previous statements and then asked her to cut him off, which she was unhappy about since apparently I needed to trust her. I hadn't mentioned anything about not trusting her up until this point. In any case, when I was going through the messages, I saw that he had inquired as to whether she would want to see it, and her response was, "Will it be a wasted picture if you don't show someone tonight?" I was intrigued. When he said anything else, she told him, "You've accepted it now, so you can go ahead and do anything you want." She then informed me she was joking, which I didn't find amusing, and I responded with, "You just say no in such circumstances," which I didn't find amusing. Was I wrong to reply in this way, since it destroyed our relationship?